So a common misconception is that loofah sponges come from the ocean, and that is actually false. Loofah sponges come from a loofah gourd, which you can grow in your garden. A long time ago, I used to work at a historical home as a docent, and that was one of the most common questions we got when people saw our loofah sponges in the kitchen was, how did they get loofah sponges if they come from the ocean? And so ever since then, I had wanted to grow my own loofah gourds so that I could make my own sponges. They're compostable. There's no waste to them. And you can keep harvesting the seeds and keep growing and keep growing. And so you would never run out of sponges. So I'm going to show you the different stages that as they grow, they look like, and how to turn them into sponges. So let's go. So when you first start growing your loofahs, you're going to, of course, have a lot of vines. They just look like squash as they're growing, like squash plants. And this is the first stage that you'll notice. They're very green. And if you are growing them for sponges, you just leave them on the vine and keep letting them grow. And as they grow, they will turn, or they can turn, yellowish. This one is obviously not dry yet, and it will still take a while for this one to dry. And then if you want, you can leave them on the vine and they will dry out. And you know they're fully dry when you can hear the seeds. If you don't want to leave them on the vine, once the vine turns slightly brown, it'll still be similar to this color. You can cut the vine off, or you can cut them off the vine, and you can put them in a dark place to let them finish their drying. And then once they're peeled, they will look like this, and then you'll just slice these. And I'm going to show you just how to peel a loofah gourd and how to harvest the seeds and how to just slice them into sponges. Okay, so this is how I like to do it. I like to cut off the end that has the stem. It's usually really little and it doesn't make a good sponge anyway. And then it has kind of these, they're like strings. They remind me of when you're opening a bag of like animal feed. The string that, you know, comes loose and it pulls it open. So you just start peeling it. This one's actually harder to peel. And I'm just going to help it out by squishing it around. Sometimes they will already have the strings just already like coming off of them, and that makes it really easy. But if you're having a hard time peeling them and you know it's completely dry and ready to be peeled, you can always use a knife, and I'll show you how I do that when I need to do it that way. Just peel them. This one's looking really good. Some of them will have like little dry mildew spots. You can cut those off. You can even cut that chunk out of it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm only using mine to wash dishes and pans. And so if I do come across one, actually I have one right here. It's got a little bit of mildew or whatever, and I can cut that off, but I'm actually going to be putting, you know, soap and stuff on this, so I'm not really worried about it. And I have a feeling that people that lived in the 1800s and the 1700s that used loofah gourds for sponges probably used the whole thing, whether it had mildew on it or not. So you just keep peeling it off. Gonna give it some help. See, and it peels kind of like corn. Like if you were gonna peel the little kernels off. Give it some help. And you can see the seeds are starting to fall out. I was trying to keep that from happening yet, but you can just harvest the seeds right out of there. They just come right out. And this is another indicator that you know that your luffa gourd is completely dry, is the seeds are dry. They have these little like clearish looking skins that come off of them. They're completely dry and they come out very easily. And these are all luffa seeds that I have just been putting in that jar. There we go. This is actually a really good one. You know, I have peeled some that I have only been able to use half of, but I have a lot of them, so I'm gonna have sponges for years. I planted a lot of seeds thinking I would only get a few because I don't know, I don't always have good luck with squash, but I planted luffa gourd seeds and I planted gourd seeds, and that has been my biggest harvest of the year, besides basil, is all these luffa gourds. Okay, and there's still some seeds in there, but as I cut them, they'll come out. So then all you do to make your sponges, or at least all I do to make my sponges, is I just slice these into sections. See, and more seeds are in there and they will come out. You can tap it a little. Something that I have seen people do is take sections of these as they're making soap and putting a section of luffa into the soap before it dries. Something I've thought about doing, but lots of seeds. Never gonna run out of luffa seeds. Gonna have to start giving some away. So you can do this before you slice it when it's kind of this stage, but I am gonna do this at this stage. I'm going to do like a little bit of a curing process. And all that means is that I'm just going to rinse this. I'm gonna add a little bit of soap. This will wash off any extra stuff that's on your sponge, any film that's on it. Maybe if you've got any kind of like little mildew spot that might be on it. And then you're just gonna let it dry. And that's all you have to do. The longest process is just growing it, and then it's very fast to peel them. And you also get a lot of seeds. You can see my jar is filling up pretty quickly. And anyway, thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.